Once you configure the 4-letter code that makes up your MBTI type, you yourself will start understanding why you get along with some people and why you don't with others. Hi everyone, my name is Ankita and welcome to my channel AnkiTalkies, where I explore ideas, perspectives, experiences that make us see the world a little bit differently. It's been a while, I know, it's been a long while, but I'm back with another video that's going to help you dig a little deeper into understanding your identity better. Alright, so let's break it down. What exactly is the MBTI? MBTI, Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, is a personality framework that helps categorize people into 16 different types based on how they perceive and interact with the world. It's like a cheat sheet for understanding yourself and others, whether it's in friendships, relationships, or even at work. So the question is, how did it all start and why does this even matter? MBTI was developed by Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter Isabel Briggs Myers, inspired by Carl Jung's psychological theories. Their goal was to help people figure out their strengths, what their communication styles are like, and most importantly, what their career preferences could be like. Mind you, this is not a tool that is meant to box you in. Just take it like a map that is going to help you navigate how you interact with the world and what your preferences are generally. I'm trying to deconstruct this out in this video in the most simplest way possible. Let's go to the first letter of your MBTI code. Introversion or extroversion? Are you an I or an E? So what is exactly introversion and extroversion? It's nothing but your energy management. Are you the type of person to get your energy from external stimuli, be it people, ideas, or any kind of physical stimuli? You gain a lot of energy from that. It's like the more the merrier. That tagline was definitely coined by an extroverted person, as opposed to an introverted person who doesn't gain their energy from external environment. They gain their energy by being in solitude, by being by themselves, or maybe interacting with things that matter a lot to them or to their inner world. Suppose something significant happens to you. You got laid off from a job, or you broke up with someone, or you had a fight with someone. How do you deal with it? What is your knee-jerk reaction to deal with it? Are you going to call up someone immediately and start speaking to them and start ranting? And as you talk, you're thinking about what has happened and you're processing it out completely? Or are you going to sit by yourself first and process what has happened, and then when you understand it, you might talk it out to someone? Do you lean towards being on your own, processing things out internally, figuring it out for yourself? Or do you lean towards talking to people, meeting people, interacting with the world, networking, finding out things? And that's the way you learn stuff up. I hope that's become clear, and by now you have your first letter of the MBTI code. So let's move on to the second letter. The second letter of the MBTI type is, are you an S, a sensor, or are you an N, an intuitive person? What does that mean? So basically, how do you take in new information? When something is presented to you for the first time, how are you processing that information? Are you processing it like a sensor? That is, with your 5 senses, you are noticing every single thing and observing it? Or are you processing it like an intuitive person? That means you're not in the physical realm, but you're processing abstractions, ideas, implications, speculating on the future. For example, if you go to a museum and you see a piece of art over there, if you're a sensor person, you are going to notice the details of that art. You're going to notice the colors, the characters, the brush strokes, the frame, the story, the general story that's coming across in the art. You're going to be noticing all these things. Whereas as an intuitive person, you might be more interested in what was the background of this whole painting. What was the painter thinking about when he made this artwork? Is this connected to something I've read or something I've watched earlier? And what is the future of this type of artwork? Are you paying attention to what is in the physical realm? Or are you paying attention to the metaphysical realm? Like you're thinking of different possibilities to the whole thing. That is an indicator of whether you're a sensor or an intuitive person. I'm not going to go on harping more on this. Let's move on to the third letter of the MBTI code. Do not click off from this video yet if you want to know which famous personality do you share your MBTI type with. Anyway, moving on to our third letter in the MBTI code, which is, are you a T or an F? Are you a thinker or are you a feeler? What does that mean? A thinker is somebody who's going to be objective, logic-driven, solutions-orientated. Basically, they want to know how to solve the issue. Whereas a feeler is more value-driven, emotion-driven, empathetic, sensitive, and they want to take care of the person. They want to know if the person is okay or not. And so they try to comfort them, and so they try to console them accordingly. It's quite possible that this is where a lot of people tend to not understand each other. I mean, if I was talking to a thinker, being a feeler myself, I am obviously going to hate that person because I'm like, I do not need your suggestions and your solutions right now. I want to be comforted first. Give me the solutions when I'm ready for it and I'm asking for it, not when I'm going through something. Just because someone is a thinker doesn't mean that they do not have feelings. And just because somebody is a feeler doesn't mean that they do not have thinking capacity and they can't make rational decisions. A lot of thinkers, once they mature up, once they experience a lot in life, they also understand that you need to give that space to feelers. You need to know how to comfort them. You need to understand what they need first, and then you can provide the solutions that you are good at coming out with. Feelers also learn to understand in a lot of situations that if suppose I'm dealing with a boss who's more of a thinker, I can't go and say,
but I feel like this and all.
I know that. I've understood that. I need to go and be like, this is a problem. We can come out with the solution for this. We can be rational about this in this way. So I know I have to speak like that. Then only they will take me seriously. It's not about one being better than the other. It's more about how you can navigate the world once you know who is what. Simple. So I hope you got your third letter from this. Are you a T or are you an F? Write that down and let's move on to the last letter of the MBTI code before you know your actual MBTI type, which is, are you a judger or are you a perceiver? So are you a judging personality or are you a perceiving personality? Are you a J or are you a P? So what's the difference? That's basically how you organize your life out. And this is the most apparent actually. I think this is something that's the easiest to figure out when you see a person, because a judging personality type would want everything organized, structured out, planned out, backups will be made, is very rigid as a person. There is no room for ambiguity. There is no room for any sort of improvisation, and indecisiveness irks them to the core. They need a closure. They need an answer, yes or a no. That's how you know you're actually dealing with a judging personality type. As opposed to that, when you have a personality that's more free-spirited, goes with the flow, is spontaneous, can come up with some good improvisations at the last minute, doesn't like to make their decisions early on. They like to keep their options open. They like to see what else can turn up, and they like to be flexible there. And their greatest irritation is when somebody cannot be flexible, when somebody is very staunch and sticking to what they had done, and they're not ready to just bend the rule a little bit, like, come on, just a bit of space here. No. So that's where they get the most irritated in life, and that's how you know you're dealing with a perceiving personality type. So say you're at a job, and if you are the judging type and your boss has given you a deadline to complete something by the end of the month, as a judging personality type, you are going to finish this project by the mid of the month or maybe in the next 1 week. You are not going to wait until the end of that month to submit that project to him. Whereas a perceiving personality type is going to be all about like, okay, so let's first think about some ideas, let's brainstorm it, and then after that they come up with some ideas, then they might not work on it, they might procrastinate on it a little bit, then they'll come with some more ideas, then they'll get that energy to work on it, then they'll start working on it, and then after that they might realize, oh, this is not working for me. And like that, it goes on. It's a whole process. Only on the day when that assignment is supposed to be submitted, that's when they're ready with their assignment. Yeah, this is quite easy, and I hope you've understood where you fall now between a judger and a perceiver. And with that, we come to the end of configuring out your MBTI type. Let me know, write it down in the comment section below which MBTI type you are. Because by now you should be having some 4 letters looking like this: ENTJ, INFJ, ISFP, INFP. So if you are a protector type, which is ESTJ or an ESFJ or an ISTJ or an ISFJ, or you might be an analyst type, which is an ENTP, INTP, INTJ, ENTJ, or you might be a visionary type. So you might be an INFJ, an ENFJ, an INFP, or an ENFP type. And lastly, you could also be the explorer type. That is, you could be an ESFP, ISFP, ESTP, and ISTP. I am not going to go into the details of each personality type right now in this video because this would make it a very long video. But maybe in my next video I could do that. So if you would like to know what your type is like, let me know in the comments section if you'd like me to speak a little bit more on that of each type that is there. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's come down to what we've been finally waiting for. That is, which celebrity or famous personality type do you share your MBTI type with? So right now on your screens, I'm going to be showing images that has the famous personality that shares your MBTI type. It's one international artist or celebrity or personality and one Indian. So you can just pause and go through it and see who shares your personality type. So we come to the end of this video, and I hope you really liked decoding and deciphering your own MBTI type. Before I call it a wrap, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like this video. I want each and every one of you who's watching this video right now to go and share this video with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, with some acquaintances, anyone whose MBTI type you would like to know, or you have some sort of a doubt on what their MBTI type could be like, but you just want to get that confirmation on it. Go and share this video with all of them. And most importantly, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be updated about new videos on this channel. I will now see you in my next video, my wonderful souls, exploring more such interesting concepts, stories, reflections on identity, expression, and culture. Sounds cool, right? See you in my next video and take care until then. This is Ankita signing off. Bye.